Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. Welcome back to Ham Radio Live, where the world comes to talk radio. A lot about different radio. Today, we're going to talk about the history of Voice of America on shortwave, plus some amateur radio calls around the world, and we're going to have the history of the most legendary Closedown around the world, the New Zealand Kiwi Closedown. We've played it many times on the channel. We'll tell a little history about that special Closedown in the hearts of New Zealanders. From around the world, live from Central Florida, this is Ham Radio Live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Shack in Florida. My name's Larry Deal. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. Welcome to Ham Radio Live. Still under the weather. Felt good yesterday morning, and then a little too much, and then boom, last night. Oof. Feel like I've taken a few steps back, but I'm grateful to be here on a Friday and thankful that you're here as well. Today is Friday, January 23rd, 2026. We've got a full show for you. We're going to have the history of Voice of America, and it's really cool. This is a great presentation I found that I really wanted to share with you, and I hope you like it. It's about something that I'm sure all of us have heard at one time or another on shortwave, the Voice of America, and its history in Ohio, right there at the incredible antenna farm that they have, and the history of how it came to be. It's really cool. I hope you like that. Also, we'll be making some cues on the radio towards Europe. Also, we're going to talk to a very special park on the air on the show, and we're going to have, before we close the show, we always close the show down with a TV sign-off, or outside the States, it's called, or in Canada, it's called a TV Closedown. In New Zealand, they have it their own way. They don't do the national anthem at the end like they do everywhere else. Instead, they have an animated cartoon that closes down broadcasting on their station. Incredibly popular, and it's infectious to the world as well. Wonderful YouTube channel that tells a little story of the Kiwi sign-off. I hope you like that. If you've thought about getting your amateur radio license, a great time of your life to do it. Reach out to a local ham radio club to you. If you don't know where the club is, reach out to the American Radio Relay League at www.arrl.org. Click on the Contact Us bar. Let them know you want your ham radio license and where in the world you live. They'll send back to you a local to you ham radio club that you then contact, and they'll help you get licensed. www.arrl.org. Topic show question today: how long do you spend working a weak signal? Now, this is good for shortwave, it's good for medium wave DXers, it's great for long wave DXers, also really good for people who DX in amateur radio. So, how long do you typically go? Do you go until you get it or until the signal fades away? We'll also talk a little about long wave stations today, too. A full show around the world today on Ham Radio Live. If you like radio, it'll be a good show. I hope you like it. Let's find out who is first, second, and third here in the world. Give me a second. Thank you. First up, he's done it again from Wisconsin. By the way, Bill, I received your package. I will give you a text and a call. I thank you. What a kind thing. He sent me an Apple wired keyboard that I desperately need because everything I have is Bluetooth. And the one knock on the Mac Mini is that the Bluetooth kind of fades out on it, and it just doesn't work. So, Bill, thanks for that. That's a wonderful thing. Also, a mouse pad and a mouse trackball. Seriously, Bill, thank you. You went above and beyond. You're also first place today. Give him a big beep, beep, please. Beep, beep. Tradition on the program. There we go. Hey, Bill. Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India Mike. Great to see you. Wicked loud one. That's Tony out of Terrytown, Maryland. Big applause. Friday. And by the way, we also have your contest calendar. There's some cool contests this weekend, plus a little bit of special events. And I'll have the expeditions too coming up for the weekend. Going to be a great weekend to DX. I'll also have your forecast for the HF bands as well. Next up, we've got Sean. Sorry. I clicked the wrong one, Jeff. Sean, Alpha India 7, Echo Quebec, all the way from Central Oregon. Good to see you. Let's give him some claps today. Good to see you, Sean. I hope things are well in Oregon. Boy, I miss it. I do. There's a lot I love about Florida. Don't get me wrong. It's great that it's 84 degrees outside right now, our house. But it's like that, just that smell, the smell of the trees and just the warmth, even though it's a cold day there, I know, but just the warmth of the people and everything. It's a special place. Oregon will always be home. Thanks for coming today, Sean. Good to see you very much. And then Jeff shows up all the way from beautiful Canada. Victor Echo 3, Whiskey Juliet. Are you in the path of the big winter storm coming this weekend? I hear some places in upstate New York may get up to 2 feet of snow. That's insane. My goodness. MFC 1965. That's Kilo India 4, Quebec X-Ray. Big applause, first timer. Thank you. Hello there. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. My name's Larry Dio. My call sign, Ham Radio's Kilo 7, Hotel November. It's great to see you today. And a treat, too, when we always greet hams in the show, because we need to get more of them. It's a lot of fun to do that. I'm going to just check real quick to say hello to you by your name, so that way I can be polite, because I try to do that. And that would be Marvin, all the way in Martinsville, Virginia. Welcome, Marvin, welcome. Good to see you. Getting over a nasty cold. Oh, gosh. I'm a baby when I get sick, so I'm sorry about that. Goodness sakes. It's great to have you today on the program, Marvin. Bill says, minus 27 this morning here in northern Wisconsin. Oh, my gosh. Are you serious?
What's the big idea? Don't stand there gawking, son. Speak up.
It was cold a few days ago here, where it was like freezing in the morning, but it got like 68 in the daytime. But warm weekend here. We'll be in the 80s this weekend, and then we tumble back into the 30s and 60s again. Oh, boy. Roger McKeon, all the way in Spokane, Washington. Kilo Juliet 7, Lima X-Ray, and Maggie makes K9. Hello, you guys. Happy Friday. Good to see you both. It's great to see you, Raj. Thanks for being here. I know that Tom, it can't make it. He's in process from going home from Bulgaria to home all the way in Bahrain. So I caught him at the Istanbul airport. Can you believe that? Jeez. I always call him on Fridays. Anyway, it's kind of funny. He's like, Larry, you caught me. I was like, wow, where are you? He says, I'm in Istanbul at the airport right now trying to make the transfer. Whew. Wow. So it was neat to talk to Tom. He wishes all of you his very best, too. And let's see, Bill, you're very welcome, Larry. I'm glad that you can put to good use. I've had it as a spare for at least 5 years, and I haven't needed it. Thank you very much. That's a nice gift. Thank you. I mean that. That's kind when people reach out to help others. That's Ham Radio. It's really cool, man. And Black Creek 2140, 72 degrees in Middleburg, Florida. Love Middleburg. I need to visit there. Alpha 7, Mike Oscar. Gosh, it's great to have you. Thank you. That's awesome. I love that so much. Sean says, current temperature. Oh, no. Here we go. It's going to happen. You know it's about to happen, yeah. 23 degrees is the current temp outside where he's at. Light dusting of snow and cloudy. Sure beats the 7 days of freezing fog we had. No kidding. Wow. That's cold, man. I don't miss it. Not at all. Wicked loud one in Maryland. Supposed to get 12 plus inches on the white stuff coming up in Terrytown, Maryland. Indeed. Yeah. Big snow coming to the northeast for sure. And then Sam joins us all the way from Alabama. And I don't have his song, but you know, the word is still here and we love you. And you're here in the USA. That'll have to do today. Sam, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Question, did I hear you on WRMI? Wait a minute. I know. No. You sure did, yes. I needed to change the show, and I didn't get it changed. I've been so sick this week. It's been just the rottenest week. Man, Thank you for noticing. That's really nice. Thank you. Shortwave person there. I love shortwave, man. I get two shows on WRMI actually. Let me give you just the little spiel here before we bore the rest of the crowd. Sorry. There are two programs here. CQ Calling for the Love of Ham Radio from WRMI. Bless their hearts. We love ICOM America, the good people. And these are times and frequencies. You can catch it on WRMI. Also, we're playing popular music on shortwave. It is a great week to listen to some great hits on the radio. And we play them live from Okeechobee. Here are times and frequencies. Don't look at the one for Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, because that signal, unfortunately, is still down from Hurricane Ian. Can you believe that? Man, yeah, it's still down. It destroyed their two towers. There were two towers that they had that were built directly towards, it was like the northern part of Africa, but the coverage was from like Central Europe all the way down to South Africa. And the tower, in the middle of the tower, just bent in half, man. And he said, Jeff told me he's going to be like close to $100,000 just to fix those two towers. Man, I can't believe that. That's a lot of money. But anyway, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. I'm very honored that you came. I mean that. That's nice. That makes me happy. Thank you. Today's topic question, how long, wait a minute, we're not going to do that again. Yeah, life is this way for Larry. Every time he does a show, there it is. How long do you spend working a week? Signal, put in the comment section. We'll make a part of our program today. We've got a big show today, including your contest, the expeditions, and special events. This is a big weekend for, like, it's not really a contest, it's more an event, but this is Winter Field Day weekend coming up, not part of the American Radio Relay League Spiel thing in June. This is a Winter Field Day. It's done totally different, but it's a lot of fun. You still can go out, you still can make calls just like you do in June. It starts right about 15 UTC on Saturday. It runs through just about 22 UTC on Sunday. So a big weekend for that. Also, listen for Morse code on 160. Top band Morse code, no kidding. From 2200 on Friday night all the way through 2200 on Sunday night. Also, it's the Kawanua DX contest. That's Saturday, 12 UTC through 0 UTC. Try and work some of the rare entities there. The REF CW contest or Morse code this weekend, and the Bartig radio teletype sprint is going on. It's not a sprint really in the terms of normally a sprint is like about 4 hours. This is 24 hours from 12 UTC on Saturday to 12 UTC on Sunday. And also, don't forget Australia Day contest. That's going to begin at 22 UTC Saturday and run all the way to about 4 UTC on Monday. I said Saturday, sorry. On Sunday at 22 UTC and run through about 4 UTC on Monday. So Australia Day, going to be a big celebration for them down there. Now, Winter Field Day, here are the rules for it. Anyone in the world can work on this, right? Low power is 100 watts. I love this. This is really cool. So 100 watt radio is low power, but if you want to do QRP, Morse code's 5 watts, 10 watts, using your microphone, okay? Category, American Radio Relay League section, or if you are DX, give your country, and then they can just log it that way. Workstation once per mode per band. So, if you are working, let's say you've got FT8 rolling, and you've got, 2 receiver radio, and you're also working voice or Morse code, you can get once per mode per band and just keep racking up points. 1 point per phone QSO, 2 points for Morse code or a digital, and there's rules that are involved and all that. And you got your logs in by the 1st of March of this year. So Winter Field Day, enjoy that this weekend. The special event calendar this weekend, tomorrow starts Kansas Day. It's only for about 5 hours. So 1600 Zulu to 2100 Zulu. The call sign, Kilo Sierra 0, Kilo Sierra. That's Kilo Sierra 0, Kilo Sierra. It's out of Olathe, Kansas. And this is going to be kind of cool. They're running digital. They're also running voice. You can catch them on 20 meters, about 14,250, or CW, 14,055. They'll be on 30 at 115, so 10.115 megahertz, and down on 40 in the evening, they're at 7.250. So you can do the Kansas day. It's kind of cool. And then the 177th anniversary of gold being discovered in the great state of California.
I'm rich! I'm wealthy! Yahoo!
I know, yeah.
I'm comfortably well off! Woohoo!
Yep, if you want to work that, call sign Alpha Golf 6 Alpha Uniform. Notice they got the the term, the actual 2-letter term for the for gold there. It's pretty cool. Alpha Golf 6 Alpha Uniform, Placerville, California, Amateur Radio Club, 20 meters, 14.248, 40 meters, 7.248, also 15, 21.348, and they'll try and reach up there on 10 at 28,348. Finally, I want to tell you about this coming up in February. This is cool. We don't get this but once a year. Listen carefully. February 6th through February 9th, the 2026 AM Rally operating event goes on. And this is kind of cool. Now, they're not going to be on a whole bunch of bands. Of course, you'd expect them to be, pardon me, I'm so sorry. It's my voice. It's just because of how I feel. They're going to be on the low bands, of course. So you catch them on 160 at 1.885 megahertz, then on 75 at 3.880 megs, 40, 7.290, and on the 20 meter band at 14.286. Now, they don't do a certificate for this, but it's just an event. If you want to run AM, this is a great time. Remember, mark your calendars, February 6th through February 9th from 0 UTC until 0700 on February 9th. Pretty cool stuff there. The expedition calendar loaded, right? I mean, it is fully loaded. There's like 25 expeditions. Curacao right now going on through the 30th. Papa Juliet 2 November Delta. That's PJ2 November Delta. Going to be high frequency, and they're doing basically some stuff to set up for CQ 160 event using Papa Juliet 2 Tango. That's Papa Juliet 2 Tango. If you're going to be in that contest, watch for them. Papa Juliet 2 Tango. Moving on the Descheo Island. I hope I didn't say that wrong, but I probably did. Descheo Island. This is kind of neat. Now, this is going to be on 160 to 6, and they're also going to do 60, which is really weird, but they're going to do it. Morse code, sideband, and FT8, and the dates are approximate here, okay? They're going to be January 12th through February the 10th, so long stay there on that island. I hope they have a good time. The prefix, Kilo Papa 5, that's Kilo Papa 5. A neat guy from the UK is putting that one together, and I hope he has great luck on that one. That'll be fun. Also, Guyana, that's going to be January 15th through February 23rd. Call sign 8 Romeo 1 Tango Mike, 8 Romeo 1 Tango Mike, 160 to 6 Morse code sideband, and also running FT8, possibly FT4 as well. Look at all these, they're amazing. Maldives, you can catch them right now through to January 24th. So through tomorrow, Maldives also, by the way, working FT8. Catch them on the spots. You'll find them Morse code and FT8 only. They're right there from Diala Atoll, 80 to 10 meters, call sign 8 Quebec 7 Juliet, India. That's 8 Quebec 7 Juliet, India. Again, that closes down tomorrow, so please make sure you get this. I got to add Barbados in here because this is a Oregonian doing this. 8 Papa 9 Charlie Bravo. That's 8 Papa 9 Charlie Bravo. And this one's being done out of Shady Grove or Shady Cove, Oregon. That's pretty cool. Gotta say this one. 20 to 10 meters sideband Morse code, and it's done by an Oregon ham, Whiskey Alpha 7 Romeo Alpha Romeo, Sea Cliff Cottages, Barbados. That wouldn't stink. Runs through January the 30th. Call sign 8 Papa 9 Charlie Bravo. And by the way, I will say hellos in just a second. We got some special guests here. Rwanda, that's a tough one. through February 8th, 9 X-Ray 2 Alpha Whiskey, 9 X-Ray 2 Alpha Whiskey. German Ham's doing this one, 160 to 6, Morse code, sideband, FT8 and FT4, and they just keep coming. Look at all these, even Cape Verde Islands. That starts February 6th through the 19th, a very, very big one if you can get Cape Verde. It's off the northeast coast of Africa. Call sign Delta 4 Victor Romeo. That's Delta 4 Victor Romeo, island on the air, Africa 005. They plan to be on the bands from around February 11th through the 19th out of Santiago. That's Santiago in the Cape Verde Islands. Pretty neat stuff. And if they get more information on that, I'll pass that along to you as well. So, neat topic show question today. How long do you spend working a weak signal? Let me know in the comment section and we'll make it part of today's show, all right? I want to say a few hellos because some people came in and we're very, very special. And of course, Sam, you're always welcome. Good to have you here on the show today. Rob Q from Los Angeles said, I'm watching from work. Don't tell my boss. Good to have you, Rob. Good ham there for sure. Bill Myers, Wisconsin, his answer for the topic show question, if the contact is rare, a rare DX for me, I will keep trying to work them until their signal fades away. Yep. That's the heart of a DXer right there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcoming Raleigh all the way from New Zealand. Wow. ZL1BQD. Raleigh, it's great to have you. Thanks for coming. We are featuring a very special end of this program. The Closedown is going to be part of a video that I found that's really good about the New Zealand Kiwi Closedown, which is so beloved in New Zealand, but also it's begun to be loved throughout the world as well. Just a cartoon. There's no national anthem. It's not patriotic. It's just cute. It's wonderfully sweet. And you'll learn about that today, about the different iterations of that Closedown. Raleigh, it's an honor to have you here today. Thank you. Raleigh's had so many DXCC awards, I can't count them. I think on every band, multiples. Raleigh, it's good to have you here. Thank you. Don joins us all the way from Texas. His call sign November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango. Good to have you. And I believe Eamon Azar from beautiful Indiana. Hello, sir. But he's actually in Jordan. He's in Juliet Yankee. Are you going to work a radio there? I got to ask. You probably have a friend that has a radio, so I bet you do. You need to do that. That would be so amazing. Gosh, it's great you checked in, Eamon. Gosh, it's great to have you. Thank you. What a treat to have you here today. Man, Spike joins us. He says 0 degrees here in Montana.
We want to meet chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and score. Yeah, I'd like to meet you. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely got some warm weather clothes on in Montana today. Ooh, 0. Whew. That is a very, very cold day for sure. Let's spin the dial today. We'll see if we can make a few calls on the radio. These were pre-made, so they're recorded. I hope you enjoyed them. A few of them are kind of special to me. One of them is a neat call that unfortunately I have a short in one of my video cables, sorry, and it just made everything really bad in terms of the recording. But it's such a neat DX call that's hard to hear at times with Scotland, and it's what DXing's all about. Let me play that coming up here in just a second. Also, a neat call to a very dear friend in the UK and a call I've never made yet into Hungary. I hope you like them. Here they come. It's a great signal coming out of Europe. I've worked this gentleman from the UK twice, both on 15. I think the 7 prefix will help. They usually always think it's going to be West Coast, but here in Florida, we'll see. This is James, good guy.
The radio, Kilo November 8 Lima, G0IDX. Take care, John. Bye-bye.
Kilo 7, Hotel November.
Cheers, John. 7-3.
Wait,
mate.
Golf
0, India Delta X-ray, CQDX.
Kilo 7, Hotel November. That's how the last one worked.
Kilo 4 Hotel something?
Kilo 7, Hotel November, James.
Let's try that. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Thanks for the call. Nice to hear you, Larry. First time on 10 meters. I'll give you a report in the clear, Larry, on the next one. Go ahead.
You got a great signal here, James, on 10. Good to see 10 open this great to the UK. You're a 59 plus 10 into Central Florida. Over.
Yeah, lovely, Larry. Yeah, good to hear you, mate. Yeah, you're 5 and 8, but I'm going to log you at 5 and 9. The QSB is just massive at the moment. Everybody goes from 5.9 down and back up again, Larry. But hey, great propagation on 10. Go ahead.
Indeed, James, indeed. Well, it's good to get you on 10. I got you a couple times on 15 and always remembered what a very kind and gentlemanly guy you are. You're excellent for DX, and I hope you keep doing this a long time. I'll wait for your final, and thank you, James. Golf Zero, India Delta X-Ray, the very best in 2026 from Kilo 7, Hotel November, mate.
Yeah, pleasure to hear you, Larry. Thanks for calling me on 10. Using the same antenna, but I've got 8 active elements here on 10, Larry. So, I really do enjoy 10, hence I've put a reasonable antenna up for 10. So, thanks for the call, Larry. Have a great weekend, and I'm sure we'll hear you again soon. K7 Hotel November from G0IDX. All the best, mate.
73, my friend. Love ham radio. I just love it. It's so much fun to work from here because they hear you, and the 7, I think, in the call helps because they immediately think west. I've said that before. It's not that I'm using it as a crutch. I know it helps in the pileup because there's a lot of people trying to reach these guys. Here's the one from Scotland. I love this because this is honestly the epitome of what ham radio is. When you make a call with someone a far distance away who's not just trying to assemble numbers of calls. Instead, he's trying to make calls with people and actually have a conversation. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed it as well. Sorry for the bad audio, video and stuff here.
I'm located in Glasgow, Scotland, Roger.
Roger, thank you. You're a 51 here as well. I have a very low antenna. My antenna is a heck, guys. This is just a cable that I have that's just from my video output on my radio. It's just a bit shorting out, so please forgive that there's no video and then it kind of jumps around. Listen to it. That's the main thing. Beam, but I can only put it 1 meter off the ground. I appreciate you making the call with me all the way from Scotland. Over.
Well, there you go. 1 meter off the ground. Yeah, thanks, Larry. Well, my antenna is only a homemade Moxon antenna. Homemade Moxon, which is only 15 feet off the ground. Larry, Roger.
Roger, wow, that's fantastic. You know, we're making this call miraculously then. It's just meant to be, my friend. That's wonderful. My gosh, how long have you been using this antenna? Over?
About maybe 3 years ago. It's been up for 3 years. The homemade Moxon.
Look at how strong he is. The fading today is so abrupt. Watch how strong he is and watch how weak he gets.
And it does really, really well.
Roger, well, it's really doing great. I mean, man, that's fantastic to make it like that and make it this strong over the ocean. That's a very good antenna. Can I please verify your call sign? I can't read my writing here on this page.
Yeah, I've always wanted the hex beam.
See, it's gone.
The hex beam's quite a large antenna, the hex beam. Moxons are only about 12 feet long.
And there go the dogs. It was great.
And I stay in a built-up area.
So without going too far, because, they're just going berserk in the background of that. It was great to make that call because we talked about his antenna and my antenna and our distance, and it was just neat. It's something so unique for 10. Most people on 10 just want to make calls like this. Gotta park on the air here. Let's try and give him some love today, okay? Hold on. We'll get to that one just a second. Let me get the gentleman who I thought I had on that recording just a second. Let me get him up and I'll get you the right one. So It's been one of those days, guys. I'm sorry. Let me flip this over and you get the right one. Hang on. Got a park. Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Kilo 7 Hotel November, good morning. Thank you. You are 59. Name is Lottie, London Alpha Charlie Yankee. Over.
Thank you so much. Great signal here in the Central Florida. 59 here as well. My name is Larry. Over.
Okay, Larry. Thanks for the QSO and 73. Hotel Alpha 3 Nancy Uniform. QRZ.
That was all the way to Hungary. That was my first call ever to Hungary. Yep, that was neat to get. Also, I love working parks in the air, and I think I've said that a lot on the channel, but this was one of those ones that I did where I record it, didn't do it live. I want to share this with you because I heard from this gentleman on a comment on the last show I did, and I didn't feature it like I hoped I could. I just didn't have time to do it in a 60-minute video. Here is my call with a park on the air who is just about to leave the frequency, but look at this signal into Florida. Got a park on the air here. Let's try and give him some love today, okay?
This is Kilo Delta 9 Yankee Whiskey Golf. Nothing heard. I am clear of the frequency.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Kilo 7 Hotel November. You made it just in time. Larry, good to talk to you. I hold you 5-7 up here in Wisconsin. QSO?
Thank you so much for the 57. 52 here in Central Florida. It's a nice signal. Can hear you very well. Don't give up on your park on the air, bud. Don't do that. Just go down in frequency. I bet you'll make a ton of calls there on 20 if you can get in there, and then certainly on 15.
Yeah, Larry, I'm not quitting. I'm just hopping frequency. I did speak to one gentleman just a minute ago in the Phoenix area, and you're only number 2, but I started with 10 meter. I am going to make my way to 15 and then on to 20 afterwards.
Yeah, that's a good plan. I think you'll do well. Problem these days, 20 is so busy. I know here in Southeast U.S. it's just hard to find a spot, but you can certainly find something on 17, and you've got a good enough signal. You should do great, really. I was going to get your call sign written down, but I've got a mess here in front of me. Could you give me your call sign so I can make sure and log it?
Yeah, Larry, absolutely. It's Kilo Delta 9 Yankee Whiskey Golf. Kilo Delta 9 Yankee Whiskey Golf. And I have 2 parks this morning, US 1455 and US 4238 in central Wisconsin.
Super. I'll make sure and log that and make sure we give you credit for that. And I appreciate you activating. It's a boy, that's a labor of love this time of year. What's the temperature like right there in Wisconsin?
Yeah, I'm showing -1 Fahrenheit on the dash. Usually I get for my activations, but not today.
You know, that's truly for the love of ham radio, mate. You're taking one for the team, and good on you. I'll feature you on my YouTube channel today and a Park on the Air segment, and I appreciate you being so kind to me. Kilo Delta 9 Yankee Whiskey Golf, best of 73s. Good luck and God bless you from Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Hey Larry, yeah, great to talk to you, and I appreciate the advice on 17 meter. That's a band that I've really come to enjoy. It's a lot more real estate there than 20, which gets pretty crowded. You have a wonderful day down in the villages, and it's great to talk to you. 73.
73, bud. Wasn't that a treat? That was a treat. Yeah, I like that. And I this is why I couldn't find, his information. Actually, it's right here. It's right here. This was where I wrote it, but I just had messed it up. But yeah, a lot of call signs on this sheet of paper, and truly, I try and always write them down and then just put them in the computer because my brain works that way. Quickly to say hello, Andy New, all the way from Bristol, Mike 7, Charlie Union November. Welcome, Andy. It's great to have you. I hope you're feeling better, and I hope that you're doing well today. Don in Texas, Larry, you're going to get one of those rotators made for the Buddy X. I do want one. I do. Don, send me a link because I've looked and I can't find the darn things. I really can't. Want to say hello to Peter today. By the way, the gentleman in Park on the Air is Peter Armstrong, I believe is his last name. Let me check. Yeah, Peter Armstrong, all the way in Wisconsin, doing that Park on the Air in the freezing cold. Big applause for Peter. Yes, absolutely. Wow. I love Parks on the Air. Those guys work so hard. They get their antenna put up. People who work portable are so cool because they're showcasing our hobby in front of the world, and people naturally see it. And it's just a gift that we have those people. It really is. Colorist, welcome. That's Peter, Golf 4 BBC, and his Ireland call sign, Echo India 6, Lima, India. Very happy Friday to you, Peter. Welcome. It's good to have you. Thank you for coming today. Always a pleasure when you come. I really love that very much. And Colin, Mike 0, it does kind of sound like Colin, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It does. Let me share something with you that I found by accident. I love to tell you I'm brilliant, but I'm not. I'm very far from brilliant. I had a rare opportunity just to listen to some YouTube this week. And my obviously my interests are involved in radio. I love the history of radio stations that are on shortwave as well as on broadcast, the AM and FM bands here in the States, in the UK and other places, digital and all that stuff. But I still love the people who did it back in the day because they had to work with so many things that were so different and learn so many ways to transmit signals to target areas. Man, we could all learn just a little bit about our amateur radio life by just following their examples. If we had 6 acres of land, we could make an antenna farm. But the point is, what they were able to do at Voice of America in all the years that they were there in the hub, and I'm going to say this, and you're going to say, oh, you're crazy. The hub of broadcasting in the early 20s to 40s, yeah, you could give New York a lot of love, and they deserve it. Largest market in the country. You could do the same for Los Angeles or Chicago. But Cincinnati, Ohio, I want you to think about that. Cincinnati had WLW, which was a hugely powerful station at one point on the AM dial. On medium wave, they were dominant in the United States. Then Crosley Radio, who owned WLW, had their headquarters there. And in World War II, I don't want to spoil the story. Watch this. It's a little bit long, but it's worth every minute of it. This is a little history of Voice of America on shortwave, and I hope you guys like it like I did.
The voice of radio takes our imagination to faraway places, transforms our mood with music, and brings us news and information. And radio does it without wires, without borders, almost magically, on electromagnetic waves transmitted invisibly through the air. For more than 100 years, radio has saved lives at sea, gathered families together,
Kid, everything's shipshape.
admitted sports fans to their favorite game, warned of impending danger, sent the truth into captive nations, and hope to the oppressed. Since 1942, Voice of America has broadcast the truth to millions trapped in fascist, communist, and other totalitarian regimes. Known to many as the official voice of the United States, the Voice of America is a grand testimony to radio with its miraculous power that opens hearts, leaps all boundaries, and doesn't turn back at closed doors.
Yes, this is the Voice of America.
And the voice is still heard.
A building located in a farm field just north of Cincinnati became home to some of America's most important technological innovations and political history. This is a story and a building worth preserving. Until wireless, people received news and entertainment largely via the written word. And then, shortly into the 20th century, crystal sets, shortwave and AM radio connected people to the rest of the world in real time. Greater Cincinnati has played a significant role in the history of wireless communication due to the vision, creativity, and ingenuity of its people. People like Powell Crosley Jr., whose company built low-cost radios for the common man and created increasingly more powerful radio stations with innovative programming. By the end of the 30s, Cincinnati radio was originating over 30 hours of programming for the national networks, equaling New York, LA, and Chicago in program development. Curtains
Okay,
through the
hold
Korean
on. I just messed up.
and
Sorry.
Japan
I want you to hear this. This is very big. Hold on. When he shows that, and I just hit the wrong button, please forgive me, guys. I'm embarrassed by it. Look at some of the talent. You'll recognize some of these faces. Carefully look at this. The last guy, I was like, oh my gosh, he was there too. Look at this.
over 30 hours of programming for the national networks, equaling New York, L.A., and Chicago in program development. Cincinnati's roster of radio talent also rivaled the national radio networks, and many successful stars launched their careers on Cincinnati's airwaves.
See the last guy? That's Rod Serling. He started in Cincinnati on WLW. Can you believe that? The guy did Twilight Zone. Amazing.
At that time, most AM radios had one or two shortwave bands that allowed radio signals to be heard over a very long distance. However, only 13 shortwave stations operated in the United States. By comparison, Germany had 68 shortwave stations, and Japan broadcast from 42. As Germany and Japan waged war in Europe and Asia, they used shortwave to blast their relentless message of racism, arrogance, and hate. With the fall of France to the Nazis in 1940, American officials realized that a blitzkrieg of misinformation was as effective as tanks in conquering a country. When America was attacked at Pearl Harbor, correcting the U.S. shortwave deficiency became an urgent strategic priority, articulated by FDR himself. Roosevelt created the Office of War Information, which included official American broadcast communication at home and overseas. The most powerful shortwave station in the Western Hemisphere, Crosley Broadcasting's WLWO, O for overseas, began broadcasting in German, Spanish, and Italian. WLWO broadcasters like Austrian-born Robert Bauer, who had narrowly escaped the Nazis, gave the Third Reich a dose of its own medicine when he precisely mimicked the Führer's speech. The effectiveness of these broadcasts was confirmed when the Führer himself referred to those Cincinnati liars. Next, President Roosevelt summoned the big
I don't want to spoil this, and I don't want it to run forever, too, because I don't want this to be like film strip night at Larry's. That's a great video, and I'm going to put the link to that video in the description section of this show. If you want to see it, it's a great listen, about 10 minutes, maybe 10 and a half, but it's really good. And I think it's so well produced, it'll teach you a lot about the challenges we had here in this country when World War II came up, and they were looking for ways to have a 200,000 watt transmitter. No kidding. It's a neat video. I hope you like that. Okay, don't forget the description for that will be in this video here for the show. How long do you spend working weak signals? And also want to say this, Don with a good comment, cell phones are nothing but radios in your pocket, 100%. Yes, you're right. GP Vlog is here. Welcome back. He says, hope all is well. -3 here now. -20-degree wind chills and approach -40 wind chills tonight in the beautiful state of Michigan. Oh my gosh, I hope you have a very warm evening, and thank you for coming today. Thank you. I'm losing the voice, guys. I apologize. We're going to talk now about something that to me is kind of fun. It's about the angry hams. Do you think we should keep them? Maybe not. I've thought about it over the time we've done this show. Some of the elements we have been around for a long time. And like the Closedowns, the short, the sign-offs at the end of the show, that's been since like the beginning, almost. And the angry hams have been there through the whole time. Let me know if you want to get us maybe a different kind of people out there. And Tony, get the projector out, Larry. We're ready. I'll put the screen down. That's nice. Andy asked if there was a WLW in Georgia. Nope. No, not in Georgia. They were in Cincinnati, Ohio. And they were really powerful. I mean, very powerful. They had their AM station, WLW, and then WLWO. They broadcast to the world. Man, boy, those days were so cool. I wish I was old enough to have lived that long to be able to DX those stations, because, boy, those were fun shows. They really were to listen to. And, Bill, thanks for the word about the angry hams. I wonder sometimes, is it getting a little old? Let me know. Let me get those angry hams and trivia, and we're coming up to the end of the show, and it's well worth staying. Just please, if you can't stay, watch the end of the program later. It's a really neat ending about the history of the Kiwi sign-off in New Zealand. It's probably one of the most endearing things we've ever had in television around the world. Here's the angry hams.
How about that? They brought the house down.
That's an old joke.
Well, some things improve with age.
You don't.
Okay, first question of 3 today. And I think the world leads, so we'll just leave them ahead. Who was the trustee for the VHF Expeditionary Society station K6 Golf Whiskey Echo in 1966? Good luck on this one. A is Whiskey 6 Echo Juliet Yankee. B is Whiskey Alpha 6 Papa Yankee Papa. C is Whiskey 6 Zulu Fox. And D is Whiskey Bravo 6 November Charlie Oscar. A, B, C, or D. Get them right, we'll give you some love. I'm glad you like things. It's fun to find these. I've done so many shows now. I think I've got 150 of those clips. It's like, oh, I wonder if they're getting tired of them. Bill guesses B, Whiskey Alpha 6, Papa Yankee Papa. Good guess. No, that's not the answer to this one. And because it's one of those wacky, weird questions that okay, just pick a number, it is A, Whiskey 6, Echo Juliet Yankee. That is the correct answer, and I'm not surprised no one got it because that's a complete guess of an obscure VHF Expeditionary Society's mission. Question 2, you'll like this one. This is something you'll all learn something from if you don't know it. What does the code Zulu Bravo Kilo mean in radio teletype? Zulu Bravo Kilo. Does it mean A, standing by for breaking station? B, I am closing down until? C, weather report follows? Or D, are you receiving my traffic clear? Traffic meaning data. A, B, C, or D. Get it right. We love you more. Good luck. Yeah. ZBK in radio teletype. Sounds like it should be a call sign of a radio station, right? You're listening to ZBK. Maybe. Who knows? Bill in Wisconsin, Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India, Mike bless his heart, gave us an answer. D, are you receiving my traffic clear? Well, he is 100% correct. How about that? Well done, Bill. Yeah, that's it for radio teletype. Are you receiving my traffic clear? Andy, our trivia guru, got it right as well, and so did Tony. And yeah, these are the Z codes in radio teletype, and you should learn them because the radio teletype is something a lot of radios have on board, a decoder for these things, and it's kind of neat to work them. You can just sit there and listen to them, and the screen just pops their traffic right up on their words up on your screen. It's kind of fun to decode little radio teletype stuff. Last question today. Amateur Radio Field Day, had to do this with Winter Field Day starting tomorrow, was first held in what year? This might shock you. The first Amateur Radio Field Day, was it A, 1929, B, 1933, C, 1936, or D, 1939? A, B, C, or D? We'll love you more if you get this right. Good luck. Yeah. The first, not winter field day, the first ARRL field day, where you just go out and show your radio off and all that stuff. And now you guys are all asking your phones. When was the first field day done? Tell me quick. It'll surprise you. This was actually done in the 30s, so that'll help you. And Jeff in Canada just saw our news temperature to reach minus 50 degrees Celsius. He has Bill beat. Yes, the crowd agrees. No kidding. Oh, bundle up, Jeff. It's going to be a cold one this weekend, man. Bill Myers in Wisconsin, Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India Mike. He's got B, 1933, and he's 100% correct. He's right. Yes. The first field day was back in 1933. Going to celebrate its 100th year in 7 years. Can you believe that? My goodness gracious. You guys, these were not easy questions. And I always think when I get these questions that are U.S. related, I always feel bad because, there's a lot of people in Europe that watch the show, especially in the UK, and it's it doesn't appeal to them. So there's only so many questions that are in the pool, so I got to put what I can in the show. Otherwise, we run out of questions. It'd be way too soon. Today's topic question is kind of fun. It's how long will you work a weak signal? And I love to work them until they're gone. If I don't have a chance to work it when I can't, and I'm one of those guys who'll sit there and keep trying to hear it till it's just barely a trickle over the natural noise, the QRN of the band. Gosh darn, I get frustrated. Come on, man, hear me. So I'll work it till I can't hear it no more. And my wife sometimes says, "Why are you so grumpy?" You know that guy that I was trying to work in Pakistan? Yeah. That's the fun of radio. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't, just like fishing, right? If you'd like to get your amateur radio license, great way to do it is through a local help of a local club. They can answer your questions. They can help you pass the radio exam license too. And you can pass it. You really can. This is a passable thing. And it's something that if you feel you can do it, like if you feel like you want the highest level license and nothing better, and you just want that, you'll get it. You will, because I think a person with that much drive is going to be very successful. You'll get it. I promise you. I did that. And they said I couldn't. So don't let people tell you you can't. Believe in yourself. You'll get there and you'll get on the air. If you don't know where the local ham radio club is, reach out to the Radio Society of Great Britain. They're at www.rsgb.org. Just tell them you want your license and where you live. They'll be so happy to get that email. They'll send you the closest one to you. They'll check on their database and they'll get a hold of you and give you your answer. Then call the club, reach out to them. Say you'd like to go to a meeting. Tell them you want to get your license. They'll love you to pieces. I promise you they will. They will want to help you. If you don't know where the local club is, the Radio Society of Great Britain probably does. www.rsgb.org. They're good people. Neat stuff. Talking a lot about weather today. It's cold and it's going to be real nasty in the northeastern United States this weekend. They're not measuring it by inches. They're measuring it by feet of snow. So it is very, very cold. Andy New with a great comment on today's topic question. He says, I'm a weak signal. As I'm a weak signal, it's more a question of how long they'll try for me. Andy, don't give up. Because like the guy with the park on the air, he was shutting down. He was going to another frequency. You never know who's listening on the other end. Make one more call. You're going to love this ending. I hope you enjoy it. It's been fun for me to put together for you. My name's Larry. My call sign in ham radio is Kilo 7 Hotel November. God bless you wherever you are around the world. God loves you so much. Just going to be a good day for you. And I know it will be. Enjoy the Kiwi sign-off story. This comes from Adam Martin's YouTube page. Here is his contact information. Guy has over 72,000 subscribers on it. And if you want to look for the thumbnail of this, this is it. NZTV Legend, and it shows Channel 2 in New Zealand. Now, I've had to cut part of this out because it's a longer video. You can see 17 minutes, 35 seconds. I can't show something that long, but I can show you enough where you see two of the original Kiwi sign-offs, and I'll play the final one after this story.
Still able to maintain its monopoly, would be reorganised into 3 companies, one for radio and 2 for the now 2 television channels, marking the start of a brand new era for TV in New Zealand. So with all that, this is where the Kiwi comes in, making its first appearance alongside their cat in 1975 on what was then TV2. This channel was brand new, launching on the 30th of June the same year. And when it comes to Kiwis, I'm not referring to the tasty fruit.
Now, when he says June 30th of the same year, the year is 1975. So this first Kiwi sign-off came on the air in New Zealand June 30th of 1975.
Kiwi also refers to a species of flightless birds that are native to, you guessed it, New Zealand. The bird has become quite a unique focal point for New Zealand, its people and its culture, so it only makes sense that the bird be chosen as the animal to lead a television closedown. Rather than a continuity announcer shutting things down before a play of the national anthem, instead we are treated to a charming animated sequence featuring the Kiwi and their cat closing up shop, before bidding the viewers goodnight. Supposedly, inspiration was taken from nearby Australia, who around the same time used an animated kangaroo to mark the close down of their television service. If they could use one of their native species for the occasion, then why shouldn't New Zealand use one of theirs? Let's look at the first iteration of these iconic New Zealand characters. Despite not being from New Zealand, I can instantly see how these characters and this style of Closedown proved to be so popular. Without trading a word of dialogue, the short story told between the Kiwi and the cat is charming, simple, and really wholesome, giving across that cozy feeling that you'd precisely want at the end of the night. The animation's fantastic too, and was realised by Sam Harvey, a former Disney animator who does a great job at keeping things looking fluid without overcomplicating matters throughout the sequence. The song you hear is quite fittingly a lullaby, known as Hine I Hine. This arrangement was done by Bernie Allen and fits the mood beautifully. Combined with the visuals, it's a match made in heaven. Although the Kiwi doesn't need to grasp the poor cat by the neck now, does he? Oh, the 70s. What a time. Strangely, after just a year, the Goodnight Kiwi sequence, as it came to be known, would be revamped for 1976. At the same time, TV2 was itself undergoing a complete rebrand, now going by the moniker of South Pacific Television. Let's see the second version of the Closedown, see what's changed, what's remained the same, and most importantly, if it keeps up that same cozy feeling as the original.
Well, it's 27 minutes to midnight, and this is South Pacific Television. Television 2, a service of the Broadcasting Corporation of New Zealand. On behalf of all the staff, this is Ross Goodwin wishing you a very good night.
Okay, guys, last one. This is the final broadcast of the New Zealand Kiwi sign-off. They call them Closedowns worldwide. This is the most popular requested sign-off or Closedown video that I do. I hope you like it. This is the exact final one that they ever created. This is the last. Hope you enjoy it. Goodbye, everybody.
It's Good Night from Channel 2.
That's all, folks.